Okay, this is Echo. And today, I actually didn't burn off her energy because I wanted you to see her maybe struggling with some of the stuff so that you can see how to correct, because Echo has been coming along really good. Okay, Echo, sit. Good, sit. Stay. Now if they break the stay before you want them to, you bring them back to where you started. Come over here. Up, up, up. Come here. Good girl. Sit. Good. Stay. Good. Stay. Good girl. That was awesome. That was awesome. Ah. 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 Good sit. Good sit, girlfriend. Good sit. She sat without me even asking, but that's what you do when you have a jumping dog. You give them the which is our substitute for no. And I use that because it's not negative like no. It's just sort of like a noise that makes them stop and look at you. And then you have a chance to do your communicating. Now, Echo, stay. Good, stay. Good, stay. Do not reward them for the stay until you're back with them, because if you say good dog before you get back to them, they're going to break the stay and come to you too. So one of my biggest mistakes is a lot of times I say good dog too soon and it breaks whatever command I was asking them to do. Now, with your new dog for sit, good girl, good girl. Now, if you have a dog that isn't sitting for you, you can do slight pressure on the back. But one of the things that will help you with that is when you're living with your dog, anytime you see them sit on their own, go over and reward them and praise them. And good sit, good dog. And every time you see them sit, you do that. That's especially what we do with puppies. Because then, before you're even actually training them, they have an idea that sit and that position are the same thing and they get praise. When you first start sit, you always hang on to the leash. Echo, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good, sit. And when you're teaching stay, stay. Always hang on to the leash. Now, once they advance more, you'll be able to drop the leash and say stay. Now, if you drop the leash and they don't stay, then pick that leash back up and just figure you went too fast and you need to hang on to the leash longer. Now, your first stays are going to be like one step. You'll go stay, and you'll take one step back, and you take one step forward. Good, stay. Good, stay. And when they're staying good on one step, then you try another, and then sometimes after two, you can take 3 or 4 back and get back to them and reward them before they break the stay. All dogs are different, and so each dog is going to respond differently. So don't get frustrated. If you've been playing the games for a week and you're only getting sit, good girl, stay, and you're only getting this far on your leash, that's okay. Pat yourself, good girl, good stay. And always, always, always reward your dog after each thing they do. When you are first walking and trying to get them not to pull on you, okay, ideally, in the end, all you're going to have to do is flick your wrist. And they'll give you slack again. In the beat though, some dogs, you got hard pullers, so you're going to have to match their pull. The key is it's not steady, it's like this. So if she's pulling really hard, I'm going to have to give a really hard pull back like that for her to notice it. And you may end up having to do it over and over. The other way to do it is when they pull, she's not going to pull, but we'll pretend. When they pull, change directions. Pulling, change direction. Come on. Good girl. Come on. You'll notice I say a lot because that stops what they're doing also. So that's sort of a, you don't want to use that unless you're distinctly trying to get your dog's attention. So if she kept pulling, come on. Good girl. This way. This way. You're just going to keep doing that. And some walks you feel like, oh my God, I get 3 steps forward. Come on. Good girl. She's anxious to go on a walk. She's anxious to do other things. Now, Echo is advanced to heel. So I'm going to go ahead and give her that little bit of a lesson while you're watching. Even though you're not going to do heel until your dog is not pulling on the leash when you're walking. And I mean, every once in a while, like sometimes, you know, they bump the end. But once they've got the hang of that, they'll bump the end and then they'll give you your slack back. Or they'll bump the end and all it will take is a flick of your wrist as a cue through the leash and they'll give you your slack back. But now we're going to practice heel. Okay, Echo, heel. Good. Heel. Good girl. Good heel. Good girl. Now you're gonna, when you're in heel, you're only gonna give them as much leash as because you want them to be beside you. So there, you might go back to some of the bumping on the end, and if your dog heels with you for 2 or 3 steps, make sure you're praising them those 2 or 3 steps. When they aren't heeling, don't say anything, just use your leash corrections. Okay, heel. Good. Heel. Heel. Oh. Good. Sit. Sit, Echo. Sit, Echo. And this is perfectly normal. Echo has been absolutely perfect on her sits. And now she's sort of, she doesn't really want to sit. What she wants to do is go for a walk. But we have to have the final, she sits and I get to praise her. So come here. Good. Echo, sit. Now I on purpose let the ball stay here because she is thinking about the ball and she hasn't totally tuned in to just me. Sit. Good. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. That's what I wanted. Stay. Now I'm going to ask there. Good girl. Good girl. Now, in the beginning, you can praise them for a sloppy stay. Like if just when you get there, they sort of stand up, it's because they're so excited and happy to see you and they're waiting for that praise. Now, further on, later on in the game, I won't praise her when she just stood up like that. But right now, when you're learning, you're not doing everything perfect, but when you see they're giving an effort, praise them. Stay. Good, stay. Good, stay. Now, because she's staying so good the length of the leash, then go ahead and drop the leash. Stay. Sit. 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 Good girl. Good sit. Good girl. Now, further along in the games, if you have to make the sit, then you don't praise them. But we're at the very beginning stages, so anything she does, whether I help her, or she does it on her own, or she does it on command, she gets praised. And the bummer is I take my attention off her when I'm talking to you, and they know that. And remember, our hard, fast rule is it's just you and your dog. So, Echo's sacrificing to be part of the videos. Stay. Good, stay. That was perfection. That was perfection, girlfriend. That was perfection. I don't like the word come, okay? When we say come, it comes out harsh, like a demand. Come, RJ, come, you know? And then when you're really panicked and you really need your dog to come, you really get crazy with it, and it's come. Rover, come. You know, it's just not an invitation. And if you want your dog to always come, they need to be secure in the fact that every time they come to you, they're going to get love and praise. And come isn't an invitation. It's a demand. So when I use come, it's come on or come here. It's like just adding here or on turns the command into an invitation, and you're going to get a much better response from your dogs. So work with your dogs this week on your sit and your stay. Sit, stay. Always reinforce that stay for them. Even with RJ, when I am going to go further than I've ever gone, or I'm going to be out of sight, I'm holding my hand up all the way to out of sight, and then I'll peek back around the corner and go, good, stay, you stay. So you want to reinforce it and set them up to succeed every time. So until next week, come here, Echo. Give those puppies of yours some loves and some hugs. Come here, RJ. Good boy. Love that dog. Praise that dog, and you'll end up with a great dog. Let's go for a walk, kids.